Hi everyone, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Rocky.
We are Savage Disney Pins.
Can confirm. So once again, we've been tagged, but unlike our last tag, this is more specific to Disney in general. Seeing how we're a pin-centric channel, we're gonna put a little spin, we're gonna add some pins into it anyways.
It is the 30 question Disney tag. 30 questions. It's a lot. And I had a really hard time getting the answers for this.
Did a fair amount of soul searching to answer these questions. Some affected me deeply and profoundly, like I didn't think they would. I laughed, I cried, I had an identity crisis.
We will also post all of the questions in the description below. So let us know some of your favorites as we go through the list.
We were tagged by CNL Wandering. Go check out their channel, they're a lot of fun.
Also tagged below.
So let's get to the questions.
Rocky and I both went through the questions separately and don't really know what each other put for our answers. We're gonna be a little bit surprised here. We tried to pull as many pins as possible to fit the questions and answers that we had, just because we are a pin forward YouTube channel. So we'll see how this goes.
Don't fear though, we don't have 30 pins each. We're not gonna show you 60 pins in this video.
It's a lot. I have a lot, he doesn't have as many, but that's not shocking to anybody.
This is gonna be fun, because I promise you, there are bombshells in this, and she's gonna be really surprised at some of my answers.
Probably. What is the first question?
Favorite Disney animal?
My favorite Disney animal is a bear, and I picked Winnie the Pooh. Well, I grew up loving all of the A.A. Milne stories, and so there's just a lot of childhood memories with Winnie the Pooh.
I didn't even think about Winnie the Pooh in some of these. I've already decided on my answers. I gotta stick to them. They didn't have a least favorite Disney animal. And in the parks, that's Tigger. That guy sneaks up on me every time.
He's your least favorite?
Oh, I like the character just fine, but in the park, the character in the suit...
Oh yeah, always scares you.
Scares me. My favorite Disney animal is a Wookiee.
Are all of your answers Star Wars answers?
No, not all of them are Star Wars answers.
Okay, what's number 2?
Number 2 is favorite Disney character.
So I had a tie here. They're from the same movie. My favorite Disney character is either Powerline or Max. I found a pin that is Max dressed as Powerline.
So I went a different direction. I picked my favorite character more based on the character as they are in the park. We go to the parks, we're park people, and my favorite character is Gaston. I think the person in the park that plays them is hilarious.
They get the best people to play Gaston in the parks.
In no way is he a model for anybody out there. He's a terrible, chauvinistic, pig-headed male, but to such extreme that he's a caricature. So ask yourself, am I like Gaston? And if you are, stop it. All right, number 3, favorite Disney classic film.
So when thinking about classic movies, we kind of talked about it a little bit while we were trying to figure out what that really meant to us. And we decided that it was any movie prior to the Renaissance era, which starts with, what, Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I think so.
In like 89. So we did anything prior to 87.
I picked Robin Hood when I was a kid.
Good one.
I really, really enjoyed Robin Hood. It moves a lot quicker than a lot of the older Disney movies. Had a lot of really colorful characters, really catchy songs. I bounced around with the idea thinking that, does it mean animated Disney movies or like classic Disney movies? If so, I'm going black and white and saying Darby O'Gill and the Little People. A very young Sean Connery and Leprechauns.
I didn't go animated for mine. Mary Poppins.
Oh, Mary Poppins.
I know, right?
That's one of those ideas I wish I had.
I know. That's a good one.
That's a great one.
I love this pin. I just want to talk about this for a second. It is the vintage vinyl pin set that came out in 2019. It was the monthly release, and it has a moving element, and the record like is in there. Oh, I love this pin set so much. So number 4 is favorite Disney hero.
I didn't take the easy way out on all of these. I did choose Star Wars on this one though. And I actually have a pin too.
I roll my eyes, but like I know that he loves Star Wars and that's going to be a majority of these answers, so whatever.
For the most part, most of the heroes are the least interesting characters.
Yeah, really, like the villains are some of the most in-depth, detailed characters.
Or the sidekicks are always...
Or the sidekicks, yeah.
So what I picked is, I picked Han Solo. I got this great little pin.
It's old. It's from 2002, and the screen printing on it is some of the best screen printing I've ever seen.
Oh, this could have been my old pin in the other video. 2002. This.
Oh, dang!
It's my oldest pin. I should have tagged this in our other pin tag video.
We had a question that was your oldest pin.
And I had no idea that this Han Solo pin was 2002. But you can check out that video right here. Just click this little eye thing.
My Disney hero. I went rogue. It's Walt Disney.
Oh. Man, you're like a modern day Prometheus. Like master strokes with these.
Because we would have none of this without Walt Disney.
So meta. So meta.
So this pin was really cool. Rocky and I got this pin on the Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour that we took last year for my birthday.
Next we move on to favorite Disney heroine, which is an odd category because I think we could have just picked one for both categories. I don't think just because someone's male or female, they can hero better.
Yeah.
I took questions as, you know, who's your favorite guy hero and who's your favorite girl hero. So for this one, I would say Mulan. Mulan is a badass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And honorable mention to my favorite Star Wars movie, Rogue One, Jen Erso would come in a solid number 2.
I went with Giselle from Enchanted.
You know, the movie where Adina doesn't sing.
Number 6, favorite Disney kiss.
Oh, I got a great one for this. So you go ahead and start with this.
Well, I mean, mine is very, mine's not shocking. Mine's not shocking at all. It's the spaghetti kiss between Lady and the Tramp.
Aww. Nothing more romantic than sucking face with a mouthful of pasta. Mine is the beautiful kiss that happens between John Goodman and David Spade in Emperor's New Groove when Kuzco is in llama form and he's unconscious and he has to resuscitate him and then it turns into a kiss and it becomes really awkward.
Oh god, I forgot about that scene.
Oh man, easily one of my favorite Disney movies and one of the most underrated, but that scene is hilarious and I crack up every time.
That is really good. Number 7, favorite Disney love song.
Ooh, I got a good one for this. Granted, the two lovebirds in this song, it doesn't work out so well for them. But Love is an Open Door is not only my favorite Disney love song, but I think it's the best song in both Frozens.
My favorite Disney love song is Happily Ever After.
Oh.
Which originally was created for Hong Kong Disneyland's 10th anniversary celebration and then became a song in the fireworks show at Walt Disney World. The Happily Ever After fireworks show at Walt Disney World.
Oh, you're such a park person.
I know. I am a park person.
You
like
are.
Through and through.
Yeah.
So that's part of why this was really hard for me because I honestly haven't, it's so like sacrilegious, but like I haven't seen a lot of the Disney movies.
I'm going to show you. She's seen a lot. She hasn't seen most of them because there are so many Disney movies.
There's a lot, yeah.
So number 8 was a little tricky. It was your favorite classic Disney character, and what we assumed is that was one of the original. But we're talking characters like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy, Donald. We assume that's what they meant by this question. And, you know, early on, this character was more popular than Mickey Mouse, and they had to change some things because he was winning in popularity, and that was Donald Duck.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that short-tempered, unintelligible duck.
Can you do a Donald Duck?
I cannot.
No, I can't either.
I wish I could even try to make an attempt, but I wouldn't know it. Yeah.
My favorite original Disney character is Mickey. Specifically in the Steamboat Willie era of Mickey. Number 9 is favorite Pixar film.
All right, so my favorite Pixar film is going to be no surprise to you because you've known what my favorite Pixar film is forever, which is... My favorite Pixar film is...
The Incredibles.
It is The Incredibles. And I stole this pin from Sarah because I don't own any Incredible pins, but it's the whole family. What is your favorite Pixar movie?
Incredibles.
It's good! It's so good!
Part of why I like The Incredibles so much and part of why I picked this specific pin is because this is a pin from the Incredicoaster. I think that the way that they built the story around the Incredicoaster is amazing. It takes place after the first movie where they are kind of like set in, they're kind of famous now, and they are on the news, and they wanted to build a roller coaster. So the whole idea of the roller coaster is that it's based on them in reality. And I just think that it's so ridiculous, and I love it so much. And you get that like chocolate chip smell at one point. Oh God, so good. Next up is favorite Disney prince.
I don't know if this is, well, it's a prince because I think he becomes a prince. But I love Flynn Rider. Zachary Levi is hilarious.
Yeah. And
Flynn, like, I laugh out loud every time I watch that movie with the kids.
Oh God, it's probably time to watch that movie again. There's a kid over there going, yeah. Yeah, we need to watch that movie again. Mine's Prince Eric. And I picked this pin because of his pun. And it says, "You mermaid for me."
Oh. Is that a pin set that's like dad joke, the pin set?
Kind of. Every pin, this was from Oh My Disney in 2019. It was like a little booster pack, and they all had little puns. Number 11.
Favorite Disney princess. What's your favorite Disney princess, Sarah? Can I guess?
Sure.
Can I guess? Is it Ariel?
It's Ariel.
Weird.
I have this really cool Ariel pin though. And it has its own little stand. So you can prop it up.
Oh, it's convenient for traveling.
Why would you travel with this?
Because you needed a pin for your bedside.
Okay. It's an LE 3500 from the Disney catalog.
How much time did you spend looking at your Ariel boards, plural, and to land on one pin for this?
It took me a while.
More than to complete this really hard list?
Maybe.
Okay. Can you guess my favorite Disney princess?
Is it from Star Wars?
It is.
Is it Princess Leia?
It's Princess Leia. Number 12 is favorite Disney quote.
I have a pin for this one.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what this is. Go ahead.
So, again, I love the parks.
Oh. I want to change my answer now, but go ahead.
So, here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. I think that it is a beautiful quote, and I look at it every time I walk under the bridge when I walk into Disneyland and walk down Main Street, and it just starts my day in a happy place.
That's really good. The one I want to change my answer to.
No, you can't change your answer.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you the one I would want to. It's Patrick Warburton on Soarin' going, "Nice work, pal." It's so good. Patrick Warburton. I could listen to that guy talk like all day. I don't know what it is about his
Patty
voice.
Warbucks.
All right, I wrote something down differently just because I couldn't remember and I was too lazy to look up. I think my actual favorite Disney quote is when the Emperor in Mulan talks about the rarest flower blooms in adversity or something along those lines. When he's talking about Mulan. When rubber meets the road, it's the people that persevere when things are bad that are the rarest type of people, and I really like that quote. I'm pretty sure it's the rarest flower is the one that blooms in adversity. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. You know, I could Google it, but why? Why would I do that? What I had written down because I was uncertain of that, single word quote. Samantha? Comedy brilliance. It's one word, and the execution on it is so flawless.
Oh God, we laughed so hard. Number 13 is favorite Disney sequel. My favorite sequel is Ralph Breaks the Internet. And the Comfy Princess scene.
Oh my God.
It's so good. It's so good. And the funniest part about the whole thing is like they're all getting ready and like all that good stuff. And then like a stormtrooper is the one that like walks in and is like, "Are you guys all ready to go?"
For my favorite sequel, I picked Ralph Breaks the Internet. Mainly because the Comfy Princess scene is so fourth wall breaking. I absolutely love it. I don't think we need to say any more about that. Sarah covered all that ground. Number 14, favorite Disney sidekick.
Wait.
Now, I struggled with this one because I wanted to say something like Genie, but when I watch Aladdin, Genie's the main character. He steals the show. In Broadway, even more so.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I went with Max from Tangled. That horse is like your traditional like
Maximus.
animal. Maximus. Oh,
Yeah.
man. He is such a character, and he has no lines, but, man, he's funny.
I went with Little Mermaid. I went with Flounder. He's like the best friend. He does everything, even when he's like this little scared little flounder fish. He's like, okay, but I'll go with you, but I'm terrified. Here's Flounder's the PTD that came out last year. I love this pin so much. Because he's eating an ice cream sundae underwater as a fish.
Today I learned all fish love ice cream.
Favorite Disney song?
I went a little left field for this one.
Okay.
I actually picked an instrumental piece because in my opinion, when watching this scene, it creates such, the emotion that it captures of how perilous this scene is, it gets me every time, and the soundtrack is beautiful. It's called To Die For, and it's the scene where the wildebeest are coming over the hill to Simba's father. Dun, 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 dun. It is like, but like, it builds intensity. I feel scared when I just listen to the song, and that easily is the most moving piece of music Disney has ever written, in my opinion. Hans Zimmer is a genius.
I require lyrics. For me to truly love a song, it has to be like, I'm like a pop fan. I'm like Backstreet Boys, Spice Girls, all the way. So, it's probably not shocking. I picked, God, this was a tie though. It was a tie. Same movie. But I picked either Stand Out or Eye to Eye from a Goofy movie.
Third party opinion, Eye to Eye is a better song.
Stand out
Eye to Eye, just
above the crowd, even if you gotta shout out loud. Till mine is the only face you'll see. Gonna stand out, yeah. If you listen to each other's hearts, find you're never too far apart, and maybe love is the reason why for the first time ever you're seeing it eye to eye.
way more hooky. Way more hooky. We want to know your opinion. We're gonna vote down in the comments. Stand Out or Eye to Eye. Okay. What is the better song from a Goofy movie? Stand out above the crowd, even if you gotta shout out loud. Okay, anyway. I almost picked Gaston's song because it's one of the only songs I've ever heard that uses the word expectorating. When he spits in the spittoon. 16! Your favorite Disney attraction? This is easy. Space Mountain. Yeah. Super easy. This pin though is really cool. This is from the 60th Diamond Celebration, and it has it says Space Mountain, May 27th, 1977 on it. Rise of the Resistance. This is the play app pin, but holy cow, as a Star Wars fan, that ride puts you in the movie. It's an amazing feat of engineering. So until I get to ride that, until I'm tired of it, that's going to be my favorite before I fall back on Space Mountain. Rise of the Resistance is something that I have never experienced ever before in my life. And it was so immersive, and it was such a good ride and so incredible. And so I understand the difference, but Space Mountain will always win for me. Yeah, I can understand your point. I kind of feel the same way about Avatar. That ride is mind-blowingly good. Flight of Passage. Flight of Passage, yeah, there's two of them. Flight of Passage is so mind-blowingly amazing, but the intellectual property doesn't resonate with me. Like, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance is like, okay, we're going to make a ride for Rocky. So thank you. Thank you for making a ride for me. Thanks, Disney. 17. Favorite Disney theme park? I know what my favorite Disney theme park is. I love Disney California Adventure. Every ride in that park I like. It's got something for everybody. The food choices are great. I could spend all day there, and frequently do. I went classic. I didn't want to pick anything that we had never been to. So we've only ever been to the parks in Disney World and then the parks in California. And I went true classic Disneyland.
And DCA is a very close second, but I went through and through original Magic Kingdom, Disneyland. 18.
Hey, Sarah.
What's up?
I was wondering the other day, what's your favorite Disney theme park show?
What's yours?
Mine is Frozen at the Hyperion in California Adventure. It's an hour-long production that I thought was better than the Broadway production.
So I went with Festival of the Lion King in Animal Kingdom.
That's a good one.
It's a great show because the monkeys like do their bar flips and stuff. Ugh, so good. 19.
Your favorite Disney villain?
Oh, it's Jafar.
Oh, you've gone to Jafar this time.
Yeah, Jafar. This is a cool pin from 2009. It's an LE 1000.
My favorite Disney villain is John Silver from Treasure Planet. I love a complex villain where they're not just evil for the sake of evil or evil for the sake of their, like, you know, larger ambitions driven by greed or something like that.
Number 20. Favorite villain song?
Gaston! I don't have to sing anymore, we already covered it.
Ursula, Poor Unfortunate Souls. Number 21.
Our least favorite Pixar film, and this one was a pretty easy one, but Cars 2, right?
I think my least favorite is the first Cars. Number 22.
Least favorite Disney song. I got a good one for this.
What's yours?
Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame. It touches on some very creepy and disturbing subject matters. It's very religious and by one of easily the creepiest villains in any Disney movie.
My least favorite Disney song is Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty. It creeps me out. It's weird. I don't like it. I always just hit next.
Number 23. It is a Disney movie that makes you cry.
Oh, okay.
And I do have a pin for this one.
Yeah?
It is Onward. Oh man, it's new enough where I won't spoil it for the folks that haven't seen it. But like the last 10 minutes of that movie turn on the waterworks for me. Like, oh God.
He doesn't cry very much, like for anything. My pick for this category was every Disney movie ever.
So, it's not hard.
That's literally what I wrote down.
I've seen 30-second commercials that make you cry.
Winnie the Pooh makes me cry. Mary Poppins makes me cry.
Mary Poppins?
Lady and the Tramp makes me cry. Aladdin makes me cry. Little Mermaid makes me cry. Ralph Breaks the Internet makes me cry.
Wait, hold on. At what point do you cry in Ralph Breaks the Internet?
Ralph gets really upset and worried for her because she goes missing.
Vanellope would be a great pick for favorite Disney princess. For number 24, a Disney movie that makes you laugh. And so help me God, if you say all of them again, Sarah, I'm walking out of this video.
But I did pick one we've already talked about.
Yeah.
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
It's so funny.
You cry, you laugh.
Do you cry?
Yes! We just talked about this.
Well, you cry, but do you cry? I picked, and I talked about it a little bit earlier, Emperor's New Groove. It is by far, in my opinion, the funniest thing that Disney has ever put out. 25. Most overrated Disney movie. And I'm going to let you take this one because you're going to disagree with me on mine.
I don't know if I ended up picking one for this one. I didn't pick, I couldn't figure this one out.
I have one that I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think it's extremely overrated. And you're going to punch me in the face when I say it. It's The Little Mermaid. You take away that soundtrack, that movie's not a very good movie.
Oh no, I agree with that.
It's completely... But you're a huge Little Mermaid fan.
Oh, but the soundtrack is way better than the movie.
Yeah, but I'm saying like as a standalone movie, the plot is pretty thin. You do have some pretty great supporting characters and a great villain. You know, you've got some things that just fundamentally don't do it for me. She's 16 years old, wanting to run away, get married. Her father has obviously got roid rage. And Eric, who seems like he's older than 20, is all on board for some fishy underage love. And just doesn't do it for me from the start. So I think it's overrated. However, one of the best soundtracks ever written in a Disney movie.
Yeah.
26. Saddest Disney death. And I'm going to go out on a limb here saying Sarah and I picked the exact same death.
Probably.
It's not Bambi's mom.
No. It's Mufasa.
Oh, it wasn't Clayton at the end of Tarzan?
I haven't seen Tarzan.
Well, that's most violent death. You literally get to see a silhouette of him hung. It's very Haunted Mansion.
Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
no. It's Mufasa.
Baby Simba is like, doesn't understand that he's dead and he's trying to get his dad to stand up.
See, I'm gonna cry now.
Number 27. A Disney song that always gets stuck in your head. Yep. Into the Unknown is constantly stuck in my head since it came out. My kids listen to it. Sarah is constantly watching TikTok as we are in quarantine, and it's one of the bits, so like every third video you hear it. And
Yeah, TikTok is so funny though, because they're like, ah.
ah!
The song that always gets stuck in my head, it's a song from a movie, but I don't know it from the movie. The memory that I have is not from the movie. The reason that it gets stuck in my head so much is because I listen to Disney Parks playlists, and it's literally just the sounds of the park playing over and over again on like a 2-hour loop.
I know where you're going with this.
I'm a nerd, okay? I love the Casey Jr. train ride, and that song is amazing, and it gets stuck in my head all the time. It is like my song at Disney. So Disney like pushes that song every time I walk out into the unknown. No, sorry. Courtyard between Disneyland and DCA. I swear to you, every time it's playing on the speakers.
28. It is the first Disney movie that you ever saw.
I think mine was The Little Mermaid. I called my mom too and asked about this. Little Mermaid came out when I was 3 in theaters, and we are pretty sure that that is the first movie.
Earliest Disney movie memory was Bambi. So I just put Bambi because that's as far back as I can remember.
Yeah.
29. The saddest scene from your favorite Disney movie.
So my favorite Disney movie is a Goofy movie. And the saddest scene from that movie, I think, is when Max is navigating and he's already changed the map, and there's a split in the freeway, and Goofy knows that he needs to go to the right, and Max tells him to go to the left.
The betrayal of trust.
The betrayal of trust. And Goofy, who's like not ever a mad or grumpy character, just like gets into this huff, and he looks so sad and disappointed and mad and like breaks my heart.
Yeah. Don't manipulate people. My favorite Disney movie is Treasure Planet. I got a cool pin for that. It's my PTD, Amelia. Got some ice cream. But it has more to do with John Silver, who we talked about earlier. When he gets in the boat at the very end of that movie and he realizes the important thing was not the treasure, but his relationship with a young Jim Hawkins, that's easily a really powerful moving moment. Question number 30. Most underrated Disney movie.
It was Enchanted. I think that the characters are amazing. I think that the music is incredible. And I think the story is actually really good too. And it just doesn't get the kind of love that I think it deserves. Although I did hear that they are, I don't know how, like, I don't know if this is rumor or if it's like true or not, but I read that they are making a second one.
I'm excited about that. If they get the original cast back,
Yeah,
maybe Adina can get a song?
maybe. Why doesn't she sing in the first one? What's your most underrated Disney movie?
So this is pretty easy because I've talked about it a bunch already, and it's my favorite Disney movie, but Treasure Planet. Well, that's all 30 of them. I'm sure you disagree with most of what we said. We'd like to hear your opinions though anyways. We value each and every one of you. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, tell us some of your favorite classic characters and favorite songs and most over and underrated items.
This was a lot of fun. Also, it's something I never want to do again.
I know, this was a lot of work.
Yeah.
This was really stressful.
I think we took it way too seriously.
I spent so much time thinking about all my answers.
Are we going to inflict this list upon other people?
We are.
Oh, who are we going to tag?
So we want to tag Day Tripping Disney.
Oh. We'd also like to victimize Amanda Hyde. Tag your it.
If you enjoyed this video, click the like button down below.
And for more content, hit subscribe.
Thanks again for watching, everybody.
Until next time, stay savage. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
I'm especially good at expector.